What we did was we combined GIS mapping with census data, and we plotted for every district in the country. There are 620 districts in India, and we plotted the health facilities, the primary health centers and the sub-centers in rural areas. Now there are 600,000 villages. If you look at a map, you'll only see the boundaries of a village, but you would not be able to know where exactly is the primary health center located. So we did this mapping, which shows you first visually, and then an Excel sheet opens out and puts all the villages into three categories: yellow, brown and purple. Yellow are those who are between 0 to 5 kilometers from a health facility. 5 to 10 kilometers away are brown, and purple are the ones which are more than 10 kilometers away. Now it is possible to see the name of the village, to see the population of the village on the Excel sheet. So to do that for 600,000 villages, anyone, an NGO, government, a private citizen, anyone can say, where am I placed? Let me see where am I placed vis-a-vis the rest of my district. We also looked at the web hits that we were getting, because what were people coming to us for? And we found that because we are basically in that organization deals with reproductive and child health, so we found that the maximum hits were for this GIS mapping. We also saw that the people using it were either from international institutions or from the NGOs in India, very predominantly the NGOs in India. They download these maps, they take the PDF and they use it for doing their own, you might say, way of convincing either the donor that this is the area we're working, this is how deprived this area is, or it is used by governments. In fact, the Ministry of Health gave our work on CD to every state government and said, when you plan new facilities, keep in mind this mapping and these Excel sheets. So you look after the deprived villages and not go on and on adding to those who already are nearer a facility, relatively speaking. The other thing that this website gives you is, within the country, every district is ranked, because the International Institute of Population Studies has already done the ranking. So we only use that but put it in a visual form. So you will know within the state where does this district rank, first, second, third, right up to 30th, 35th. There are about 30, 35 districts in a state. Maybe some have more, some have less. Other way that this was used was that we got the reporters of every district of a particular state. One state, Uttar Pradesh, is as big as Brazil, and it has 72 districts. So we call the reporters, not all 72 came, but 60 came, the district reporter. And we put this information before them and showed them how they could access data on infant mortality, child mortality, contraceptive prevalence, child deaths, all those kinds of things, looking at that district's picture and the health facility picture. And they did write-ups, the media did write-ups saying that, look, we are so deprived, I mean, this is the way we are underserved, and therefore this district needs more attention. So in a sense, we were able to teach the media to use this medium, very simple, to do a story which was location specific, not just a general kind of a study. I would judge the success by three things. One, has the government used it? Yes, the Health Ministry and Planning Commission have used it. Have NGOs used it, because they are the ones who are working on a micro scale? Yes, overwhelmingly every single NGO is aware of this website and are using all these maps. Are you able to change mindsets? I think that is the progress that we were waiting to see, not to see how many people actually did it, but are you able to change a mindset? Well, you know, the government has a very ambitious program called the National Rural Health Mission, and they have made it into a flagship program. There have been tremendous improvements, and how they're being monitored is, has the rate of institutional delivery gone up? Because the minute women go for institutional delivery, the maternal mortality falls and child and infant mortality falls. That has gone up 85%. Secondly, as far as spacing is concerned, the women have started using IUD 380A, which gives you a 10-year protection. You can remove the IUD tomorrow, so you can have the baby if you want immediately. There's no negative effect. But for 10 years you're protected. So suppose you've had 3 children or 4 and you don't want to go in for an operation, or your husband doesn't want you to have an operation, you can have this done. So these measures on the health front are having a tremendous progress insofar as the health, you might say, indices of maternal mortality, infant mortality are concerned. And our International Institute of Population Studies and the National Family Health Survey, they bring it out every 2 years, every 5 years, different surveys, which shows a tremendous improvement. The only area where I would say there is very little improvement is age of marriage. That's a very large concern, because age of marriage is not going up. If that doesn't go up, then anemia will be there, underweight children will be there, all those problems will continue.